Welcome to Frog Foot Holler, y'all. I'm Michael. My nephew Colton is behind the camera. Yep, he's behind the camera today. And we're over here in my tater rows, and we're going to be doing some rehilling, and we're going to be doing some side dressing with some fertilizer. And well, we got to get the dirt broke up first before we do any rehilling. So to do that, we're going to be using my tiller, and we're going to be using Hoss here. Hoss is a good boy. Yay. Now, I'll be using the tiller to go through these wide walking paths and breaking up the soil that way. And my nephew will be using Hoss to go around the smaller areas and breaking up the soil on the smaller areas the tiller can't get to. So, how do we side dress? Well, y'all just gonna have to wait and see how we do that. First, we got to get the soil broke up and get some rehilling done. And I tell you what, we're gonna do most of that on Super Frog mode. Y'all enjoy Super Frog mode, right? I know I do. All right. So let's get to jumping. Do I look like a farmer, y'all? I'm standing here with my hoe. I tell you what, y'all cannot beat a good hoe. You know, I just heard that out loud. That's probably not a good thing to say out in public. Yep, I already said it, so it's out there. All right, so I'm gonna be taking this hoe and I'm gonna be pulling this dirt that we loosened up through tilling and pulling it up on the tater plants, just like that, as high as I can get it without actually covering up the plant itself. Just like this, y'all. Now y'all have to adjust the heights for different height plants and everything. But the higher you can get it, the better it is. Just like this, y'all. All right, I'm gonna step over to the other side. And we're gonna take about halfway where we till and pull it up. Just like this. Now with these indeterminate plants like this, you don't have to worry about hilling them up too much because they're gonna grow and they're gonna grow good. Remember, the indeterminate plants actually grow several layers of taters. Whereas your determinate, they only grow that one layer, and if you hill them up too much, you can actually kill your determinates by doing that. So as y'all can see, that's a nice little hill. Now, I might end up rehilling these one more time. I'm not sure yet, we'll find out. But right now, me and my nephew are going to jump into Super Frog mode. He's going to use the rake to pull the dirt, and I'm going to use this hoe. Tell you, y'all just can't beat a good hoe. Well, that was a little bit of work, y'all. So we went ahead and re-hilled all these taters, and well, We also put a ditch beside the taters over here so we can put our side dressing in. Now with the side dressing, you don't want to expose it or leave it on top of the ground because the sun can bleach out the nutrients that's in the fertilizer. And I'm using 19 commercial grade fertilizer here, just like this. And you can see it's pelleted, and it's a slow time release. And I'm also using magnesium sulfate, aka Epsom salts. So I'm using 8 scoops of 19, using this as the scoop, and 10 scoops of the magnesium sulfate for the bucket and mixing it up real good. So what we're going to do is we're going to come along here and we're going to take a scoop and we're just going to put it right here in this ditch that we created, just like this. All right, we're going to speed this up a little bit. Now these rows are roughly 25 feet long. Now between 25 and 30 feet long. So I'm going to put 1 bucket of this stuff per row, just like that. And we're going to come back with a rake and cover this stuff up just like this. And see, if you don't cover up this stuff, the sun will bleach any of the nutrients out of the fertilizer, and it don't do no good to have it down. So as you can see, my fertilizer strip is well away from my potatoes, and as it breaks down and gets into the soil, the roots will find the nutrients and it'll help them out. And also, when I put my fertilizer down, I put it on the high side of the hills, so that way as it runs downhill. So that way I don't have to worry about feeding no grass that way. So we're going to go into super frog mode and we're going to jump on this and get to moving real quick, y'all. Ladies and gentle frogs, we have come to the end of this show, y'all. All right, so the sun's gone down, and well, this video is getting real short. So here's the thing. We went back and rehilled these taters, and we also put a side dressing of fertilizer on. Now, I didn't put it on as strong as I was going to originally, but I was actually going to be putting it on a little bit later too. But because of this frost, I wanted to give them that extra little help. Now, if you're using commercial fertilizer, or really any fertilizer at all, you got to remember that fertilizer can burn your plants. If you put it too close, or if you put it down too heavy, you got to be careful. Now, with my soil, because it drains very quickly, I put it a little bit further away from the plants than most people do. Now, if your soil is probably more clay and it don't drain as well, you can probably put it a little bit closer and be okay with it. You just got to play with it a little bit to understand what that fertilizer is going to do in your soil. All right, guys, so we're going to call this to the end of the video, but before I do, I want to say, please remember Michael and his family in your prayers. That's Michael of Around Michael's Barn. He's going into surgery today, and he should be going into surgery right around 7:30 a.m. this morning. So if you would, just kind of say an extra prayer for him, or just keep him in your thoughts today. That'd be much appreciated. Hopefully we'll be finding out something real soon. I got a mosquito on me. All right, guys. That's been Michael with Frogfoot Holler, and the skeeters are out.